changing the network. Confirm it's fine now.
Okay, sir. Uh, Hello, good evening. Good evening, Krishan sir.
Hi, good
Good
evening.
evening, everybody. So I think all are live now, and we should start the event. So first of all, I warmly welcome everyone. I am Pratna Singh from Team Paradox Alpha, and hello, Amit sir. You are not audible actually. Hello. Okay, so I think there is some network problem with Amit sir. So uh, first of all, I welcome. So I think there is some network problem with Amit sir. So first of all, I
First of
welcome.
all, I welcome.
I think there is some network glitch, sir. I am audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, sir. I warmly welcome our chief guest, Mr. Rana Jain, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving time and like coming to our event. And
You're welcome. Great to be here. Appreciate it.
thank you, sir. And I welcome all the audience who are present here and give who gave their time to us. And before starting this event, I must wants to say something about our community, Paradox Alpha. Okay, there is some echo. Okay, okay. So, guys, if there is any network glitch, then just comment it out, and I'm just like I can see your comments. Is I'm audible? Is everything fine? Okay, okay. Everything is fine. So, before starting this event, I wants to share something about our community. So, Paradox Alpha community. So basically, our community is for the students who wants to learn the things, like when we come towards school or colleges, then it is like we got some bookish knowledge or theoretical knowledge, but not the practical approaches over the things. So the thing our community does is to give practical approaches and practical knowledge to the students, so that they can like excel in technical field. So now let's come to the event. I want to call our founder of Paradox Alpha Community, Mr. Amit Shah, sir. So please just come and share something about the community or about the event. I think there is some problem with Amit, sir. Okay, so till Amit sir will join us, I let me introduce the Rana Jain sir. So he is a very uh,
All
so
right, no problem, Pratna. I will introduce myself. That's fine. Sure. So, hello everyone, and I believe that you are the young people of India, and you are going to change a lot of things, like while you are studying things, and while you searching for a job or starting a new venture. So the reason why I'm here, not because just it's a community. The reason why I'm here because the moment I met Amit, I saw his work towards the community, and that's the reason why StableX got associated with him. So, see, there are a lot of commercial things which are happening outside. If we talk about some of the big institutions like Byju's and White Hat Junior, they are charging a premium amount of money to teach a very basic stuff. And although they are trying to say that there is a lot of machine learning and artificial intelligence, the reality is that a student who is just in the second grade or sixth grade or 10th grade, he might not understand k-means formula and algorithms. So for those reasons, those are unrealistic expectations that those companies are trying to sell. But then parents aren't aware. In the other side, parents aren't wrong. They want their kids to see happy, and they want their kids to be happy with money. So they are spending that money to make the future bright of their kids. So here, on this platform, I'm not sure that what kind of commercial value Amit puts here, but as per my knowledge, he doesn't put any commercial value here. All he puts is an open education which allows you to learn a lot of things. So talking about me, so I started basically back in 2013, and the very first job which I got in a company was manager. Because you may ask me that why manager, why not just executive, why not just a job role? The reason why it was manager, because when I was back in college, I started my own website in my second year. Then third year, I got $1,000. It was not exactly $1,000, it was $963 from Google. And then I used that money to basically buy 2 laptops for my friends because I already had a laptop. And then slowly things started picking up. In fourth year, everything didn't work out. I had to go in a job. And when I went to apply for a job, they asked me, what do you know about digital marketing? And I was like, from domain registration to development of the website, publishing and managing social media, and doing a lot of promotion, I can do everything in between and bringing 300 people every day on a website. They asked me, so what's the proof of that? So I had my laptop with me. I opened my hotspot and basically connected and shown them the Google Analytics that here is the proof of what I can do and what I'm capable of. And they gave me that position. So if you see back, there is one point, while doing or studying something, what I did was, rather than just going with what faculties were teaching, what they were pushing, I was saving little bit of time. Not specifically that I have to become a manager. Little bit of time, maybe half an hour, 1 hour, rather than going and watching movie. I tried spending that small amount of time in developing and learning something new. And what happened? That eventually converted, and that probably gave a very good opportunity when I was joining. My friends were joining as an employee, but I joined there basically as a on a managerial position, which I think that it does worth taking. So tomorrow you don't have to go to become a manager, or tomorrow you don't have to go and become an employer. Probably you can become a small entrepreneur. Let that business fail, but you are going to be strong enough that uh, maybe first business will fail, second will pass. Maybe if you try 4 or 5 times, one of them is going to be successful. And once it is successful for one time, you don't have to do that again and again. It's done. Now you expand it. So that's the whole process. Well, that's enough about it. Let's continue with the event.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experience with us. And it's a pleasure that we can just learn something from your experience. So, as we know that we are gathered here for the event that is basically about computer science. The thing is, when actually in this event, the most people are like freshers and who don't have a lot of experience in the IT field. So we just organize this event for them so that they can just get a proper like thing that what is computer science, how it is different from others, how to excel in this field, and like what are the fields in computer science. Like there are a lot of fields, but the thing is, when we come to college it's like just btech cs and just go on. We don't have much knowledge about the fields that what computer science have or the opportunities that computer science have. So that we just organize this event so that people can get the thing that there are a lot of opportunities in computer science. And like how it is, how IT industry is doing, and what is the current scenario of technology or computer science in the current world after the COVID pandemic hits the world. A lot of things happen to industrial things, or like everything just changes. So what are the impact of COVID situation on the computer science like world or IT world, and what the changes it have that we don't know. So so can you just say something about that, like?
Sure, definitely. So I consider your question to be relevant, and what I will ask here is that everyone who is active here and listening to this or watching this video right now, can you quickly put your goal that what really you want to become, coming to the IT industry probably, because it has been pretty long time. I have been in the IT industry, and I did not take a regular path of 10 years of executive experience, then managerial. Like it's basically like I have worked hard enough that I can come and I can just join as a manager or probably as a chief product officer, and I can continue doing that. So can you people in comment section, on CS
Yeah, it will be
guidance comment
a
section?
good interaction if you just comment the what sir had asked, that just put your goal, that what's your goal. Kishan
So
Kumar is saying Android developer.
Android developer. That's great, Kishan. That's great. Android developer. Any other answers? We are expecting a good number of answers here, and then I will try to connect your Android development with basically the
Disha,
web development and
yeah,
basically
so
with the
there are,
technology.
yeah, so there are different answers also. Like Ritesh is saying, I wants to become artificial intelligence expert.
Right, right. And
Uh,
then Disha says again that he want to join army. Well,
yeah.
I'm not an army guy, and I probably have never prepared for it. It's not that I don't like army. I appreciate their work, but I found more fun. Army is a job where they have to secure people, and they have their strength. What I consider my strength as my knowledge and the IT skills which I have. So I rather prefer to work with the industry. Uh, Great. So we got few more answers here, and
Yeah, Akshay.
software engineer. Well, Akshay, in software engineer, you got a lot of engineering. You got full stack, you got web, you got Android, iOS. If you can be a little more specific, it would be nicer. So say that if you want to say software engineer, the moment you do CSE, it's very, very simple that, you will become a software engineer. Doesn't matter, irrespective of the field, you will become a software engineer. Full stack development, that's a specific one. Well, if you aren't aware about full stack development consists of almost everything which is there in the IT industry, from DevOps to cloud to development to desktop development. Everything is connected. But when you talk about full stack, not everyone can learn every technology available in the market. So what happens when you talk full stack development, you can say that when you have database, and then you have application, and then you have the front end which is ready, if you can connect this all and put it in a system where it can scale itself, for example, say Google Cloud, then you can call yourself a full stack developer, because you are not just working on the front end or back end, or just the a single part of the system. You know almost everything. Also, I should mention you that you don't have to be expert at any point of time. Whenever you get an error, you have to search on Google. That's basically what happens in the software industry. It's not like experience needed. You're not going to do operation of a patient. When you get a new error, you go ahead, search on Google, you find on Stack Overflow, try several things, make sure that whatever you are trying is not going to break your whole system, and that's how you try it. Okay, let's take a few more answers here. Deepika, yeah, full stack developer. I want to become artificial intelligence expert. Well, Ritesh, so you should start solving more and more problems in your real life, and then you should see and also start thinking that how can you collect data from those, and how you can basically make sense of that data. So there is a lot of unstructured data available outside. So the first part would be basically to how to structure that data, and then probably how to make sense of that data to solve specific problem. Now, when you talk about artificial intelligence, there are a lot of things in that. You can do, say, commercial problem solving. That means that when when you are getting paid a lot of money to solve a lot of problem, that's commercial problem solving. When you are not getting a lot of money, when you are solving a problem, that's non-commercial problem solving. It's very easy to get a job when you have little bit of experience in commercial problem solving. So for example, that Swiggy is basically a delivery company. What they do is they pick the food from one restaurant, and then they deliver it to the customer. Now what AI they use in the system is basically to optimize the whole route. So if you are doing something around artificial intelligence, which can reduce the time taken by the executive or the delivery person, that is basically holding a commercial value. The less time he will take, the less money Swiggy has to pay to the person. And basically that's a very small part of commercial solving. And when you are solving a problem like those, always try to associate with commercial value, and there are very higher chances that you will be able to become one. And try looking at a lot of real time things. So rather than just looking at what example your faculty is giving basically in the Excel sheet, rather than that, try to look at the real problems which you are facing in real life, that you can collect some data from there. And then how can you make sense of that data, and how it can help someone, maybe a farmer. That's fine enough. How a farmer can be can use that artificial intelligence simple tool or software to improve the existing system. Okay, so software developer in PPC. Can you define PPC? PPC in advertising is basically pay per click. But when you say PPC, please specify that. I do not understand what is PPC there. Okay.
Harsh Sinha. The next
So
one is
Raja Lakshmi. Okay, sure. I want to become a Python developer. Sure, that's great. So Raja, here is a fact. Let me tell you. What do programming languages do? Are they magic? No, they are not. What do? They basically are a set of instructions which you put in a computer, and that solves a specific problem. So when you say that you want to become a Python developer, then you basically want to become a developer. So first become the developer first. That means that try to solve a problem, try to create few web pages, try to create simple websites, try to create contact forms and try to integrate that. Once you understand that basic MVC architecture, then you are going to use Python, you are going to use Node.js, you are going to use PHP. PHP is outdated, not recommended. But when you have to make some kind of web application, try considering Node with EJS. And if you want to do something with Python, say especially data science or artificial intelligence, always go with Python, because Python solves a lot of issues there. Okay, then Ritesh asks, if you people go through the documentation and presentation instead of going orally.
Uh, Ritesh,
Okay,
sorry
sure.
for that because we had prepared a presentation, but due to some network issue, Amit sir is unable to join us, but he will join us in a moment, and then you will get the proper presentation. Yeah,
Okay,
there was some network issue.
you can also mention if English is probably a communication issue to you. I will try speaking in Hindi. I request not to laugh on that, because yeah, those gaps between North India and South India. But anyway, I will try to manage that for sure. All right.
I think the people are okay with English, so we can go for English because there are some people who are like not comfortable with Hindi. There are
Oh,
some
that's
people
great.
from South.
Oh, South, that's great. You can
Yes,
put
from
down the state name here in the comment section, and I'll be really happy to see that. Okay, if you can suggest a roadmap for a job in IT industry, it would be great, and also different opportunity in it. See, IT industry, you are saying, okay, so you are representing the whole IT industry. Let's look at the various job roles which we have in IT industry. One is web developer, okay, then you got database engineer, then you got system engineer, and then you got basically the admin, administrator roles, which are for Linux and all. Then you got some project managers, then you got team leaders, then you got product managers, then you got CTOs, chief technology officers. Now you have the whole series of things, and there are many micro roles inside those. So when you talk about IT industry, asking this question is a very broad question. What you have to say instead is I am
yeah,
basically an engineer, maybe third year engineer, third year of computer science, with computer science background. And right now I know this and this. How should I enter in the industry? When you say that you know this and this, I can say you that, okay, you should probably choose front end development, or you should choose back end development, or you should choose DevOps. So if you can be little more specific, because software industry is very broad, and when you want to prepare for something, you have to be specific about it. The more specific you are, the easier it will become for you to achieve that. So by the way, IT industry has a lot of jobs, and you don't have to worry that either you will get job or not. If you are someone who is working hard and who is making real-time applications, then you are going to get a job. And if you are if you are still confused that what are real-time applications, what are commercial applications, try to connect with Amit. And if enough people submit those questions to Amit, and if Amit comes to me, I will try to put down some specific applications which you can work on, and you can represent to some company while applying for your job roles. That, yeah, this is how it should be done. So that's that probably answers the question that how to be specific. Second thing, when you talk about IT industry, okay, I have seen more than 2,500 applications, and I have taken interviews of a lot of people. Now, what happens that every time I see those applications, most of the freshers write that I do not have experience, but I would like to work with your company. They mention GitHub link. Okay, GitHub is popular. Everyone mentions that. But then what they forget to mention there is they should rather say that they have experience in building real-time application, which they have built already on GitHub. And when I want to see that what they have built, of course I want to see the code which is there on GitHub. But very importantly, I also want to see that application in real time. You got services like Heroku, which are free to host your applications on their subdomain. So whenever you are trying to approach, to get a job or employed in a company, always try to push your code on GitHub, And in that GitHub repo, always mention the live project URL where the recruiter can go and log in and try to see the whole application. Okay, so that's very, very important. Second tip, when you are trying to implement all these things, there is one question which you will always think that, hey, now you learned web development. There are a lot of templates available in the market. Should you use that? Will that be cheating?
Yes.
Because you are going to apply for job. Will that be cheating if you use that in your project? Well, let me tell you a secret. IT industry saves time, and whatever saves time, well, it adds up money. So basically, if the companies want to save money, they will save time, and if they have to save time, they have to use templates. So companies use templates. That is what I mean to say. So when you are trying to make something from scratch, that's like writing ABCD of your whole alphabet or your story. But when you start writing, when you start using template, that gives you a real-time experience that you can actually take some templates and you can make some websites in less time. So when you are trying to present your next resume, try to put two segments there. That segment number one, this is what I have coded from my code from scratch. That means that I can do something from scratch if needed. Second is template-based applications. I have made something from the code which was already available. That means that if you hire me, I will save your time. I will use these templates, and I'm very much familiar with the formatting which you are using or you want in the industry or you want to use because you want to save money. So try to add these two segments, and they are not cheating, and a lot of people do not know this thing. Now, as you are aware right now, try to share this with your friends so they also try to get in the industry easily. And these are some pretty secrets which either Indeed.com or Naukri.com or most of the employers do not share. So try to implement this. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for sharing this. I think next one is Girija, and she wants to know what is the role of CS in present technology.
Sure, sure. So let us consider a real-time thing which has happened recently. So in March, we got to know that there was COVID, right? And then there were COVID tracking applications like Arogya Setu.
Yes, sir.
Think about it. Think about it. If COVID came almost 10 years ago, what could be the scenario? The scenario would be that we would be using 1100 mobile phone, that is Nokia 1100, 1100 phones. No internet connection, no Bluetooth, no simplicity. Now, there were a lot of people who were claiming or blaming computer science or blaming the government, telling that this app is not able to track properly. This, everyone do not have a mobile phone. Sure, I do understand that. But then think about it. What if you did not have that? What if it was 1100 mobile phone and you had no option but to put millions of police force near your houses? Think about it. Will it really happen? Can this happen in reality? Do you think that there are enough number of people that for every house they can put 4 policemen? No, it's not. There are limited resources. They cannot put that. So today, it was probably better that COVID came in 2020 or 2019, where we had access to technology. Many of the countries like South Africa do not still have that. They do not have that, and controlling COVID is still a very big issue. But in India, because of Geo, a lot of people adopted that. And earlier, it wouldn't be it wouldn't be a case that you can control that, but at least just because of technology you are at least able to know that where people have visited. Are you understanding this? That it wouldn't be it might be impossible at that point of time 10 years ago, but today it is at least possible for maybe 60 to 70% efficiency that you are able to track, and you are able to find out the person that where he is right now and if he has contracted with someone or not. So the problem could be worse, but now the problem has been solved to a very much extent. So this is just one example, life-saving example. Millions of lives have been saved just because of technology. So if you talk about technology right today, it is us, the earphone which I'm using, we are communicating. Everything is happening because of that. You should also probably look at another commercial point of view. So a lot of shops got closed, right? A lot of shops in the past got closed because of COVID. Now, who made money here? Where people generally shopping right now? Where are people shopping? So it's basically the businesses like Amazon and Flipkart in India, right? Where people are
Yes.
going ordering things and they are doing a lot of transactions there. Now, so of course, a one side of business is affected, which is like offline businesses are affected, but online businesses are thriving right now like anything, like never before, because people don't want to get COVID. They want to be safe, and they came online. They are doing a lot of things, and that's one of the reason. If you go and search for Jeff Bezos' net worth, or if you search for Amazon share, if you see since the January, you will see that there have been 2.5, 250% growth in that. So that's that's the power of it, and you should probably see those numbers just to understand that how much or how big of a game technology is playing in real world. Yeah, I think that the answer your question, it's although it's a very broad answer, but try to understand it that you cannot really live without technology right today. Okay, so please show the roadmap and another thing as the documentation presentation. Okay, probably it will be shared later. I did not prepare any, but I wish I was aware about it that something has to be presented. I could have done that.
No, sir, actually, Amit sir has. Sir, Amit sir, can you please just come on the live? I think he is in backend.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. So actually, people want some
Hi, Jan.
presentation.
Hello, Amit.
Oh, actually, some
So
sorry.
you are audible, but you are not
Yeah, wait a minute.
visible.
Yeah, actually, what happened? I do not know about the network problem, Airtel and as well as Geo itself. Okay, so I think the screen is visible. Is it visible or not?
So it's yeah, it is visible now.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let me open that one. So I do not know why the Geo and that one is doing this stuff. PowerPoint. Okay, so open this. Yeah. So guys, normal thing for the event today we will introduce why we say that what is C. Yes. Okay. So normal thing CS is we say directly say that there are many languages like we can say that C is a computer. We can say that another form also CS. But for our field we say that CS is a computer science. Okay, so normal thing like a brain, we are giving instruction to our body to run our parts. Okay, but when it's come to the computer, how you can instruct them? Okay, so you will also give them some commands, and that things come under the coding and programming. So the whole thing which help you to solve the word problem in a virtual as well as in a real life. That's basic things we say that computer science came over there. So this is a normal technology. So as you see this the slide, you can basically you can do anything, the internet and another things, anything basically which you are related to your virtuality as well as in real life. Yeah, but in sometime somewhere the real life the CS is not working, but the concept of that is doing everywhere. Am I right, Jan? Are there?
Yes, yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. Looks pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So come to the point. What is computer science? Okay. So computer is more than coding. So why we say that? Everything in the real life world, like right now, the network problem is going over here, and another things. So everything come into there's some science regarding that, because everything like for example, when you come to the physics, the gravitational force, etc. Over there also a science game. So basic things that when it's come to the machines and any other things, so which you cannot operate easily, but you can give the command, etc. So that time it's come new things, a computer science. So basic things, how the revolution will change. The father of computer, you everyone know about that. But when it's developing a more, then some after this that we have another language come to the languages. So first of all, we have come to the scripting languages and designing languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. As you know about that. So as I see in the comment session itself, many students say there's the one question from the Harsina, and the answer will given by the I think Kishan Kumar. Okay, so Harsina say that is it the importance of a backend or the front end in the company? So I think Jayant already told you regarding that. But from my side point of view, every person have their own value and own post in the company. So when it's come to the Jayant, I think I think you have explained it briefly because you know about that many things. So like that, for example, if you have body and your body part, you have a right hand, left hand. So is it think the right hand will do everything, every work of the left hand also? No, that's not easy, and that's not as possible also. So everything, every post is unique for everyone. So that's why back end as well as front end. If you know the back end, you will develop yourself in the back end user. And when it's come to front end, the company will not say you that you will go to learn the back end part, because if you are doing a very good role in the front end itself, so why they will say you that you will join the back end part? So that's a main thing. You can do that one thing, but when it's come to the scenario of that, yeah, we come back to the scenario when the new first computer will I think invented. So did you think anyone know about that is a machine over there or not? Yeah, that time is not like a cell phone, not other things. It's normally a calculated device over there, which work as that one. So we say that Charles Babbage is a father of computer because they have invented some machine which do easy task for us. So everything which we do in an easy way, in a virtual as well as another thing, everywhere computer science is doing a good job. Okay, so when it's come to another part of you can say that when it's come to the other parts of the your fields, like if you are btech CSE student, otherwise you have a btech other fields, but other fields also the computer science is a do a crucial role, and that we say that they are a very important thing over there, because every machine, when you are using any machines over there, the computer science is important thing. Okay, so like that, word first computer scenario, you know about that. And after that, second question we have, how CS different from other education fields? How we said that how we are unique and how we are different from other fields. Okay, so when it's come to the mechanical, let's take one example of mechanical and civil. You know about over there, you have calculations, you have hard calculations and everything, you will design a structure. But if you have if you have no software which made by the CS students, a computer science student, a virtual thing which we have, which we you do not get. So at the time, what you will do with sketch with your hand, and it will take a long time. So we are dependent on them, but not much. But if we are not doing something, if we are not creating something, then it's yeah, they will do their work, but it will take a long time. So how we are doing different from that? We have combinations of many things. We have a math, we have a science and everything. But when it comes to mechanical, we have a physics, science, but we cannot add it over the chemistry. Okay, did you think why we say that? Why is chemistry we say that in the computer science? Okay, so let's jump to the one point of view. When you connected any network, any server, okay, when you connect any two wires, they have a their output, own output. as you know everyone. But when it's come to the another way, if you join the wrong wire in the right wire, or if you join the wrong wire to the other one, it will do like that. Like you say that it will give you a wrong output, and it will, I think, destroy or damage anything. So like that, chemistry is coming over here also. So when you are connected on any network, let's take one example, a cybersecurity example. Okay, let's introduce, actually, let's Jayant, you will come or also over here, so we will discuss more about that. Can you come in the on the screen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, Zant, actually you are working with a company. Okay, so at there you have a cyber security over there, a connection and bridge over there. As every
Right.
company has that other things that if you take any intern and if you take anyone, so you have some I think rules and negotiation for them. Is it?
That's correct. That's correct.
So that if they will choose a wrong one, then it will do affect their organization. Okay, so that's a chemistry over there. They have to do some stuffs over there, like if they are connected with some other thing, they will directly join and give them a good manner, not in a bad way. Okay, so how they are, the chemistry also come, but when it's come to chemistry in the mechanical, we do not collect that one. That's a bit basic thing, a basic difference, I think. Computer science student can do anything in any field, like BTech student are doing. But when it's come to the computer science student can mold there because they have known about that. Like I will show you one pretty example which I have made already. So wait a minute, let me uh, check whether where is this. 1 2 3, and I think okay, virtual, yeah. Okay, so let's come to over here. So I think is it visible to everyone? Jant, is it visible?
Yes. You are opening probably a web page.
Yeah. So it's taking some load time. Let's do this one. So quickly end up this
Meanwhile,
thing.
Amit, you quickly connect your charger. Let me have a conversation. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
fellows who all are attending, can you quickly put your class, the class which you are studying in right now? Please do that. And just few minutes ago, I probably, while speaking English or explaining in English, I used a lot of terminology which might not be very much familiar. And I realized this after Amit just started the general conversation. So can you just tell me that whatever I'm telling, or I tried sharing to you, did you understand that part? Or still you need a even more simpler explanation so that you understand that yes, this is this is what you are understanding. So did you get anything when I spoke about the industry or job or any cloud architecture thing? Can you please reply that in chat? Great. So we got students here from 12th class, BTech CSE second year. That's great. So I don't see a lot of replies, and I would consider that probably you did not understand a lot of things what I talked about. Well, uh, can you tell in the comment section that if you understood those things? If not, then we will try to put in other words. Okay, we got TR Roy, BSc CS second year. That's great. BTech second year, 11th. Everyone who is below 12th or currently doing 12th, I really appreciate your effort to put some or join, I appreciate your intention or work towards joining this community, because it will basically introduce you to a new and real world, which is very, very important. And computer science is the thing to be focused right now. Amit was also talking about physics, mathematics, arts as well. Now, there's nothing wrong in learning those. But if you see the commercial point of view or job point of view, you don't have so many jobs available for mathematicians or physicians, or the people who are expert at physics, chemistry, and biology. In fact, mechanical, electronic, and communication has the same issue. That is why a lot of people who are doing or who did ECE or AAA end up being in the IT industry, because IT industry is huge in India. However, if you are planning to go America, or you are trying to go Canada to continue your research and learn more about physics, chemistry, or maybe arts, then in those cases you should prefer that. Now, also I should mention you that when also look at the financial background. Like, you say that if your father is a farmer and he cannot afford 30 lakhs or 40 lakhs to send you to USA and Canada, try to go with something which can get you a job here first. Once you have the job, you can save money, and then you can prepare yourself to go outside of India and continue researching about physics, chemistry, biology, or any other thing. So getting money in your pocket or getting the job first should be one of the proper priority if your father is not very, very rich. So consider having computer science in that, because computer science has a lot of job roles. uh, in fact, if you see probably behind, you may see some Google posters over there. So I have been working with Google technologies for a very, very long time. So it's very, very important that there are it's very, very important to understand that choose a role which at least gets you a job if your father is not rich. If your father is rich enough, they will put you in US and Canada. But if your family is not rich enough, then try considering something which can get you job first, and in next 2 to 3 years or 5 years you can go back to physics, chemistry, whatever you like, and then you can proceed further. All right, Amit, I think I have taken answered few questions, important questions. I also see one of
Yeah.
your students was very, very active here. His name is Ritesh. Ritesh, I'm sorry I'm not able to answer all your questions, but if you want to ask me personally, check my email from Amit. You can also mail me
Okay.
at hello@ranajain.com. You can share that.
Yeah, I will send this one.
Great.
Okay. Thank you, Jen. So,
But
okay. So come to the point. So as Jen has said that we have another things like another languages. So science is a combination of everything, which you say that English, everything is coming in this over there. But when it comes to virtuality, it's come to this computer science. So that guys, this is the main thing. As as everyone saw that what is the scenario currently in the world. So as Zant had already told you regarding that, I think Zant, as actually you had told it that on the COVID condition over here. So
correct.
over the COVID condition, guys, we have a lack of jobs. Okay, but when it's come to computer field, right now we are doing this one, and it is virtual. So if the computer science students are not getting a job over there and they are not developing this one, so how you can get something through internet. So that's why I'm saying that the job opportunity cannot go down in this computer science. So scenario of that computer science, actually main thing is that students are learning that thing for their marks, not their understanding, not their skills development. So guys, main thing is that when you are learning something, when you are trying something, please enhance or inheritance their properties in your or you can say that you can check whether that thing is developing in the real life or not. So come to the another point of view. Last question from how to develop a technical skills in a unique way. Enroll in technical classes and or workshop. You can do one thing from here. Get a technical book or get a technical videos, take that thing and improve your okay. So from my side, is it this a point which you can do the voluntary of technical projects, subscribe to technical sites and other things, magazine, develop knowledge, second language and other things. But from my point of view, please develop your skills and practice that we have questions that you will
Amit sir,
see that
you are not Amit, so you are not audible.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I think
Which
there is some network issues again.
now I'm audible.
Yes,
Pratna,
sir,
I'm
you are.
audible. Okay, sorry for
Yes,
that,
sir.
guys. Actually, today and what's going on here. But main thing is that probably when you are doing something for, let's take one example. You are taking one example in a field of backend. Okay, you are developing one software which have to collect the data and store in the another way. So you can do this thing in a many another ways and doing another algorithm. So develop yourself like you are not saying that I know about that. I know about that, but no, not like that. Please develop your skills according to your not according to your wish. Develop yourself how you creative. That's a main role in a company. Actually, Zan, I already have their own they have a I think right now is the technical and as well as other part of the company. And Zan, really when I am when you are teaching me that thing now, explaining a WordPress over there, really I got many things in easier way. And that's a main thing, main motto is that they have experienced, so they have known about the clarity of that, and they know about the pressure and experience of that. But when it's when it's come to your side of view, guys, main thing is that do which you want, but do in a proper way. Am I right, Jen?
Yes. So just to quickly add few points here, what you can start doing to them will be basically start with free visual builders, right? Free basic visual builders, which can be Wix.com. They of course have got a premium plan for which you have to pay money, but then you can start building your very first website with Wix.com and try to choose only the free ones. It's fine. Go ahead and build that and publish it. Once you publish your very first website, what will happen? That you will get to understand that what a website looks like, how generally a website is designed. Once that is done, then come back again to HTML and CSS and now try to build simple web applications. Now, simple web applications, which I say web and applications, it might sound a very big word. Turns out that it is just .html file what I'm talking about. So try to do that. What happens there that once you get that experience, then slowly you will start understanding that how you can make multiple paged website or dynamic page website. When I say dynamic again, dynamic may sound, oh my God, this is like dynamic. It's a very heavy word. It must be very complex. No, it's nothing. It's basically multi-page website with some little bit of small features. That's what dynamic website means. So what you have to do is rather than worrying about the job, see, job is over there. Let me tell you this. In IT industry is not a racist industry. IT industry welcomes everyone. If you work hard, if you can build applications, and when I say application, it doesn't mean that a very heavy application. If you can build applications, you have a job in the IT industry. IT industry doesn't ask for computer science, certification mandatorily. What does that mean? Basically, of course, there are companies who ask you that, hey, you must have a CS degree, but there are also a lot of companies who are not asking you certification and background. They are basically asking that can you build this thing? Doesn't matter from where you have come, doesn't matter you have come from arts, science, physics, mathematics, or any other background. If you can build the application, then there is a job for you, and then they will pay you for that. And once you have got the first job, now you have a series of jobs coming up. Never ever think just that, once you have got job, you're just trying to kill yourself. Don't kill yourself there. When you got a job, try to improve yourself. Try to spend maybe 20 minutes a day, maybe half an hour a day to add some more skill to yourself. And when you become aware about what technologies that you're using, you don't have to be expert at anything, because expertise in computer science is basically available online. You search for HTML form, syntax or HTML code online, you'll find W3 schools there. You will find many websites there who are sharing that. You have to take that, you have to configure it, you have to customize that, you have to use it. So you don't have to remember things. This is one of the most beautiful part of the industry, that you have to work with your brain rather than remembering everything, which I generally see most of the people who are applying for government jobs too. So if you hate remembering, IT industry probably be one of the best choice for you, because you try to use your mind than remembering things. So I hope that I added value. Back to Amit.
Thank you so much for guiding these points. And one question from the Krishan Kumar is there. Can you explain that one, or otherwise I will take that one?
Okay. So I did not hear your questions properly, but anyway, looking at the chat, what I see here is Girija Kumari has asked that, sir, a suggest or guidelines for CSE student, and what is the minimum knowledge they must require? Well, let me say you that there are different job roles, okay, and then there are different technologies which you should learn, right? Now, I will never ever say that you should learn each and everything about any technology. No, it's not important. Okay. You have to learn few things. Basically, you have to learn how to build some simple application. Say that you got to build a website, simple website, which has header, which has footer, and then you have got some content. So what happens there, that you finally build a complete website. If you are going to put that HTML page on a server, and when someone is going to type that URL, it is going to appear there. That means that now you have become a front-end engineer right now, because you built a front-end website. Now, when you are connecting the same thing, either with Python or PHP or Node.js, then you started working on backend. So now you can say yourself that now you are a front-end engineer as well as you are a back-end engineer. But then let me say you this, there is more to it. Now you can technically, you can call yourself a front-end engineer and you can call yourself a back-end engineer. But there are simple things which also goes up and down here. So in those cases, what you have to do is you have to build on the top of that. How tough it is, to learn those things. It's not really tough. If you can understand the English which I'm speaking right now, then you can also learn from those courses. I will mention you a few courses, of course, let me refer those people again, the white hat junior people who are telling you that you pay 1 lakh to us and we will teach you the application building and we will send you to Silicon Valley. Don't listen to that crap. That's commercial crap which they are trying to push. You won't get value out of it. The value which you have to get is from probably free videos which are online, maybe YouTube. And don't watch a lot of videos continuously. Watch one video which you understand, not the one which is showing in a thumbnail that, hey, build a website in 20 minutes. No. First understand that what is the basics of HTML, the elements of it. Probably then try to learn the basics of CSS. And once you have built that thing, then now try to go for the website. Now it will be easy for you to look at it. Sometimes you will find many videos that they will say that, hey, learn website designing in 10 minutes. Turns out when you went and started watching that video, they have basically fast forwarded the whole thing. And now you will think that, oh, I cannot make this website in 10 minutes, but he can make. That means that he's more smarter or he's smarter. No, it doesn't work that way. So first, try to get the basics done. Once that basic is done, then try to go to the website. And when you are not understanding this flow, or when you want some improvement or like some resources on that, that's where I really need some resources. Of course, I'm ready to work hard, but to work hard on what? What should I really spend? Where should I really spend my time on? So when you are very clear with this is where you are going to spend some time, because you got all your colleges and everything. So you got maybe 1 hour every day. So you started putting those 1 hour in learning some web development basics. Once you have done the front end part, then you went to the back end. Now you can make some simple applications. You can make some application maybe for your uncle who has a shop there. You can say that, hey, uncle, I will build an application for you for free. please tell me what is your requirement. You go ahead and try to take their requirement, that what do they sell, what do they don't sell. And when you do those things, it's really fun, because you are now interacting with the real-time applications. What do the softwares do in general? What do they do? What do you think they do? Do they do any magic? No, they do not do any magic. They basically solve these challenges. They basically solve, for example, you want a product. So you went to some xyz.com, maybe amazon.com. What you did, you clicked on add to cart. What happened? That value got added in your object, basically in your profile, that, hey, Rana has added one product. Now you click next. Then it asks you for checkout. Finally, they ask you the address. And finally, that data gets sent to the seller. Now seller sends those products to you. So what is happening? Is computer science doing this magic? It's not magic. What it is basically doing, it's doing a basic role of a person. You can say a kind of knocker, or maybe a servant who just came to you, asked you that, sir, which product do you need? He just wrote it, he went back, and he brought that product. What is happening? That you are removing the need of that servant, and you are putting everything online. Now, 1,000 people can go to that website, and 1,000 people can order those products, and 1,000 people will get the products. But here, immediately, if you want 1,000 people to 1,000 servants to come to you, it's not really possible, because 1,000 servants won't be available all the time. But when it goes online, it becomes an application. So are you understanding the connection, which is simply with your uncle's shop to the Amazon's one? It is basically just the variables which are getting associated, and the problem is being solved in real time. So start with the simple things. And once you start with those simple things, this complex systems will become easier when you go further. Okay, back to Amit. Okay, so looks like Amit isn't available. Now, why, you may ask me a question, that why am I taking this name White Hat Junior all the time? Well, here is a simple reason. Let me tell you the reality. I have seen people whose parents are probably crying. I have seen people whose parents cannot afford to pay 1 lakh rupees to White Hat Junior, but they want to send their kids to Silicon Valley. They want their kids to be White Hat Junior. Now, is it real that if you pay 1 lakh rupee to White Hat Junior, they will send you to Silicon Valley? No, it's not. It's definitely not. I can show you a lot of data regarding this. I can show you a lot of things regarding this, and you will get to know a lot about it, that a lot of marketing things are wrong. A lot of negative marketing and positive marketing are being shown. Pradeep Punia is a person from, he works with Cisco. Cisco is a very big networking company, networking hardware and software company, both. He has been standing towards it. And if you ask a real engineer that what game, or what role White Hat Junior is playing in the real society, one of the answers you will always get is it's giving anxiety and headache to parents, that they cannot afford it. And some people who can afford that and purchase for their kid, doesn't matter how good or how valuable that app is, they start showing off to their aunties and others. And what happens, that those people start feeling jealous, and they also buy that course. At the end, what happens, that White Hat Junior makes a lot of benefit, and those apps are not even commercial. What is the meaning of what is the commercial value of a man on moon app? What is your weight on man on moon? So it's not really a man on moon. Will you pay 1,000 rupees to know what is your weight on moon? No, you won't. You can simply go on Google. You can search for what is the formula of calculating my mass on moon, and you will get to know that. So you don't have to know, there is no commercial value. What White Hat Junior has been doing, that they have been presenting a lot of ads which are not really relevant. For example, either they are talking about say Sundar Pichai, or they are talking about Ratan Tata, or they are talking about a lot of other things. But it's not really it's not really happening. No one is going to become something better than Elon Musk. Some people will, but most of them won't. But they are just selling the dream for the money. But If you are not interested in that dreaming, but you are interested in learning that technology properly, there are many resources available. You don't have to spend 1 lakh rupees to learn that course. You can literally learn for free on YouTube. You can learn for 400 and 500 rupees for the whole 50-hour, 60-hour classes on places like Udemy, and you can learn a lot there. Well, back to Amit. I think he's back here.
Yeah, thank you, Jen. Actually, you have said very good and very good thing for us. Like Whitehead Junior, as you have taken that thing. Many organizations say that paid us, we will give you job. Paid us, we will give you this thing. So, guys, it's up to you. If you paid something and you are not getting something over there, so it is not I think beneficial for you. So like Jayant has said that, okay, so like that we and another community also organize many things, so that's for free for you guys. Get something from there. If you are interested at all, na, you get everything, because that's not thing, that's not main thing. In Vital Junior, the faculties are teaching you something that's not like a professional. They are not also professional. Am I right, Jen?
Girija has a question that, sir, how to learn any programming language? Let me tell you, Girija, you don't have to learn every programming language. You have to learn only one. Probably, if you are interested in websites, then learn maybe Node.js, which is easy. It's just like JavaScript. And if you are interested in data science and other stuff, then you are
Sorry to
right.
interrupt, sir, but she had asked how to learn any programming languages, not every.
Okay, yeah. So any and every is almost same here, because she's asking about how to learn Node.js, PHP, Python. So you don't have to really learn any or every. You basically have to learn one, and the concept repeat again and again. I mean, again and again at all the places. So learn one which is, like, useful in the industry. I don't recommend you to learn PHP because it is slowly going down. Either learn Python or you learn Node.js with HTML, and it's pretty good. Like, just try to make simple web applications if needed. Like, ask Amit regarding it. Like, that, sir, I need some real-time application. Can you give some examples? And if you ask him, then he can directly ask me, and basically, like, I can give you some real-time examples, and you can make some applications around those. And yeah, sure. So yeah, that's the thing. Ritesh says that programming language needs more patience and practice. Yes, it's very, very important that you need some patience and practice. Do not try to run around, like, 15 programs at a time. Try to run one simple program. Try to fix the bug. Okay, that what exactly is the issue, and don't run towards multiple programming languages. And even though if you have selected a single language, don't try to run 15 different programs. Try to run one program. If it's not working, wait for some time. Don't get frustrated. Take some break, come back again, try to see. You might have missed some comma, double quote, maybe semicolon. So try to see those things, and if you are still not able to find those errors, then always ask your mentor. That whoever is mentoring you, try to ask them, because if you don't ask them, it will become a bubble and it will always pull you down, that hey, you cannot do programming, you cannot do programming. Turns out that the reality is that the bug was so small that if you could have asked any mentor or any computer science engineer around your home, he could have just mentioned you that, hey, you are missing this semicolon here, just put it over there and it will work. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jen. Pratna, over to you.
Yes, sir. Okay, so thank you, Rana Jain sir, for coming and like sharing your experience. It's a pleasure for us. Now, one more guest of us, Mr. Akash Rana Singh sir is here with us. So I just want him to like come to live and share his experience also.
I
No.
think, yeah, they have some network issue. So,
Okay. Is
yes,
is
yeah.
Krishan sir there?
No, he is not out there. So not a big thing. I think Akash sir is there right now. Yeah, Akash sir is there.
I think he's back. Yeah. So welcome, sir. So your mic is like mute.
Okay, really sorry. So how are you guys?
So fine.
You're doing great. Hello, Rana. I'm also Rana, so I'm basically associated here.
We are brothers. Okay. So Pratna, continue.
No, sir. You just continue now.
Okay. So about experiences, let me start with the internships and the projects part first. So while we are in college, we often come around the projects part. Mostly we start with minor projects, but that role is played off in our final years, right? Fourth year. But we always take it leniently that when we'll reach out to fourth year, then we'll start planning, then we'll do something. But that's quite a late moment, right? So as per my experiences, I'll suggest you all guys and I'll advise you strictly that please don't get too lenient with it. If you want to start about your project, develop your skills. Rana and Amit have told you a lot about how you can develop your skills. You can refer to YouTube and many videos and the learning process as well. And yes, coding, practice code is very necessary. So start right from the first year, reach out to third year, polish yourself and come up with a new idea for a project. Because whenever we start making a project, we always think let's create a website or something, and we do it for nothing. I mean, creating a website is just like chewing peanuts, very easy. We can refer to YouTube and come up with a website instantly, so that doesn't make sense for a project, right? So come up with your own ideas, new ideas, and start developing. About internships, yes, you have to face interviews, you have to communicate with the companies, and unless and until you are not technically sound, you are not good with your technical part, no one is going to provide you internships, be it for free, be it paid or anything. But yes, if you have contacts, you may land internship for yourself, but again, that's of no use. Really is of no use. It's like it's given to you for nothing. It has no value unless and until you earn it yourself. It makes no sense. And yes, once you land into the corporate world, into the professional world, you have to be competitive. Am I right, Rana?
Probably, yeah. I see that. Uh, but okay, sure. So I should know probably a little more about you. That how do you contribute to the community? So then I can suggest something on top of that.
Okay. My contribution to the community is basically advising. I keep advising Amit and Pratna with the projects and how we can proceed ahead with the trainings, right? So my purpose for giving advices is, again, whenever we step into professional world, we are always unaware about what to do next, right?
Right.
We have many freshers, many friends among us who are still wondering that what field should we choose, what language should we choose to code with. So we are trying to fill up that void, to fill up that gap amongst the freshers and our dear friends, right? So is it the good way, Rana, to move ahead?
Yeah. So one of the important thing, what I see, these are core two things or three things I could say. I have often observed in last maybe 2,500 applications which I have seen, and maybe 2050, not 2050, 250 interviews I conducted. So what I saw that people who are from North India, especially when we talk about Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, these people are the one who are interested in technical, do not hold very strong communication in English, but they are pretty good at technical.
Right,
So generally, when they come
I
to the
agree.
IT industry, when they come to the IT industry, they generally get a job of back-end developer. And if you are from that, then don't think about it that you do not know English or do not curse yourself. Probably try to improve your system ability. Companies are looking for you. When we talk about English communication, you do not have to be a fluent speaker. You have to be a speaker. When you are speaking something, your manager should understand that what you are speaking, and your manager, when he is giving instruction, you should understand that what he is giving to you. And when some kind of meetings is
Right.
happening, you should understand. So once you have that level of English, you are good to go. You basically keep improving your technical abilities. And it's not here. Like the technical abilities are not here. It's here. It's here.
Here.
It's not
Right.
here. Just go start, make it happen, make some real-time applications. Real-time applications, when I say, try to give some website for free to your shop owner guy, or like the shop owner, or maybe the clothing store who is over there. You go and talk to them. Hey, you are selling, you are doing 100 transactions. What if I will make a simple application for you for free? He will be happy to. I was like, oh, you are building a
Of
software
course.
application for me for free.
Yes.
And
And
yeah,
that's
go
where the
ahead.
part of experience kicks in, because as I mentioned, internships and projects, these two are really very, very important aspects while you go for a job interview, right? Because if you show a basic website which anyone can create from YouTube, that will be for nothing. It, as I said, it holds no value, because the HR, the person taking your interview, he knows how you might have created the website, because he's quite experienced. He can catch you right on the point. And about internships, yes, if you have quite good technical knowledge, people will move ahead on their own. They'll earn it. They'll work their asses out. Sorry for the word, but yes, they'll
Don't.
work hard for it.
Yeah.
And when you go for a job interview, when you start speaking, they automatically detect something that yes, he has done something on his own. He's kind of knowledge. He is suitable to a company. And if you hold only theoretical knowledge out from the books or YouTube or something else, and you haven't been practicing coding, so that will be quite problematic for you. And again, you must know how much you have to speak in front of the interviewer, because sometimes it happens you speak a lot, you speak way out of the question, and sometimes they'll be like, why should we choose him? He's just showing off. Show off, point number one. Second, you may be tagged as overqualified. It has happened, Rana. I have faced two
Yeah,
times
yeah,
the
yeah.
same. I've been
I have
overqualified.
seen that.
So that's where I learned that no, I should control myself. बहना नहीं है भावनाओं में. So that's
Correct,
what
correct.
we should control over. So guys, when we this overqualified part, it comes from overconfidence. It doesn't matter how much good you are with coding or with your knowledge, you must never be overconfident. Keep a check on that. Keep a check on your coding part as well, because if you're out of touch within a month, you may lose the essence of the coding or the practice of the coding. It happens with me. I have been out of
True,
touch
true.
for about 3 months, and now when I get back to coding, I'm like, oh shit, how am I going to do this? So this happens, and this often happens. So there are a hell lot of things that we must take care about. Uh, Confidence, knowledge, communication, as Rana have mentioned, and practice. Please don't ever get out of touch with practice. And you must always know the basics, be it any language. If you are a web developer, you must know all the basics of HTML, CSS, bootstrapping, and the database part as well. And if you are a software developer, be it from Java or Python, you must know about your libraries, your syntax, and your OOPS concepts as well, if applicable. So these are things that you must focus on, you must contribute to. So that's all from my experiences to be briefed out. And let's see if we have some questions. Um, okay. I asked a question. So, in which position the CS or IT world will see themselves in coming future? Okay, so Ritesh, in the coming future, I mean, yeah, in the coming future, CS or IT world, I guess will be on top, because in the coming days, we are getting booms like cloud, like AI, ML, web development. Again, we are talking a lot about it, but each and everything needs a website or a mobile application, be it a shop, be it anything, because if you are having a business or running a business, you need to market yourself, put yourself into the market. Marketing and sales most necessary, and using the internet, the computer, the softwares, you can do it very, very easily. If we talk about I have faced some rumors, not rumors exactly, um, what we say, myths that what's the role of computer science in civil and mechanical fields. Rana, I guess you must have came across them as well.
When I was studying, so my friend used to say that if there is no mechanics, where would you apply the computer science? The question, like a general answer to that is, uh, it's neither computer science or neither the so-called any civil or any other thing. It's all connected. To form a proper
Right.
secure system, you have to have everything. Does that mean that you should know everything? No. If you
No.
have chosen computer science, you be good with what you know, and then you try to understand the basics of those. For example, when a door is opening, the door opening process is associated with the carpenter and probably the engineer. But when you are a computer science engineer, you have to see that there is zeros and ones involved, which is just telling you either the door is open or not. So there is zero, there is one. That information you should
Exactly.
understand. So more than
Right.
that, there is nothing. So when someone is saying that computer science is very important or this all, yes, computer science is connecting
It,
everywhere, but at the same point, you should also see that without the existing system which are there, computer science alone cannot do that. Basically, computer science is a kind of formula, customized system, which is like try to be connected with every industry. So I
right.
guess
So, for example, if we to take a basic example, let's talk about steel producing factories, right? We have machines, we have a CNC and numerous machines. Let's not name them, let's not get into it. So there is automation in those machines. We give them input and the machines themselves run, and they give us a pipe with proper polishing, finishing, everything. So yes, machines are running on themselves, but how? As Amit said, machines need commands, and those commands are given these days are given by softwares, and software is a part of CSIT industry, right? And let's take another example. uh, Home automation, right? We need mechanics. If we are opening a door with automation, of course mechanics are hinges, door locks, etc. And if we are opening the door with a command, be it a clap sound, be it a voice, so that is a process which can be carried over with computer science or IT, and again we need to
IoT,
code for that.
IoT devices. Yeah,
So
correct.
all of these works in a sync, be it civil, be it electronics, be it electrical, be it mechanical, be it CS. Even if we go to the medical field, we can find devices related to computer science, right? So if to clear out this myth, nothing is better or nothing is on top. Everything, be it any field, has their own essence. So to know more about that essence, we have to explore. We have to explore about, yes, if we belong to computer science, so we first have to explore about computer science and all its fields, and then we can move ahead with any other field we want to explore. So, Ritesh, are we clear with the question? And yes, about the future, we see as IT industry holds a really, really good future up ahead. Demands are increasing gradually for softwares, websites, mobile applications, automations, cybersecurity, and a lot more. Any other question? Okay,
So I
thank you so
think
much,
there's
Ritesh.
no. So I think there's no question in the comment box, but there was a question. The people were asking for that in the group and as well as in DM section that what is the effect of COVID on the IT industry? Is it like uh, developing or decreasing?
During the COVID, when we initially came around the lockdown period, it had a decreasing effect on the CSIT industry because people were getting unemployed for the basic reason that is cost cutting. Because sorry, not people, the companies were not getting enough projects. Enough projects means not enough money. So if they cannot have enough money, they have to cut down some people which are not efficient. Again, if you're efficient with the knowledge, with the code, no one can cut you off from the company, right? right?
Okay.
And yes, Rana.
No, you can continue with that. I will just present one data,
Okay,
and I would like to basically segment this into two parts. So, say that there is IT industry. Now,
right,
one industry is consuming something, and one industry is producing something. Now, almost all the industries are associated with IT industry. When you talk about travel companies who have their IT employees, they are losing job because travel, there is no more travel, no more jobs. Very simple equation. You got
right,
hotels and Wi-Fi. In fact, the Stable X was affected by the same because it had clients from USA. Company name was Macrotech, and it was providing Wi-Fi services to almost more than 80,000 hotels in USA. We got affected, like the project got paused because there was no business there, so it got paused. The other side of it was the e-commerce business. People stopped going outside and they started purchasing online. They also started searching a lot of things online. And right now I'm going to present you one analytics data, and when I say analytics data, don't take it very rough. Okay. It's very simple, chart which you can understand. So let me just quickly share it. Confirm.
sure, of course.
Yeah. Confirm if you are able to see my screen here.
Not yet.
Give me a second.
Sure.
Are you able to see now?
Yes, now we are able to see your screen.
Great. So this is the data from November 1st to November 7th. Is everyone able to see this?
Can we have responses in the comment section, please, if all of you are able to
Guys,
see the
here we
screen?
go.
There's no response, so let's proceed.
Okay.
I guess
So
they, yeah,
sure.
yeah, continue.
So in general, you might have seen a lot of charts. Now, this is one of the industry. This is from a food recipe website. So
Hmm.
lockdown probably happened somewhere around March. Okay. Now, if you see the traffic increase like anything, this was basically a server down and server migration part where the traffic was less. Technically, the traffic wasn't less. Now, if you see here, the traffic increased like anything, and now slowly the traffic is decreasing. Okay. Now
Right,
here, at this point, the website got hacked by probably some Russian hacker, and he was trying to steal almost 50% of traffic. So from here to here, if you see, you got cyber security here. That the website was hacked. We finally found it. We fixed it, and now it is almost back to normal. This is where, this is the period when, the blockage period or the lockdown period started easing out, so you don't have a lot of traffic here. But if you go here back in April, this is also IT industry. This is what is happening when people are locked down in home. They are searching for more and more food here, and we were getting a lot of traffic here, and people were reading about it. So just to answer your question, backed by data, there are basically two segments. One is the industry which are badly affected. The other one which is doing pretty well. Businesses like Amazon, recipe website. This is recipe website. You can see that the lockdown increased the traffic like anything, and still it is not pretty much packed. You see here 1500. You still see here that there is 1800 and 1900 and 2000 traffic. So I think that this data will probably help you in understanding that how it affected some industries. We also have website
right,
where people started coming quite less, or the calls on StableX phones are reduced because people did not have enough money. So if they don't have, businesses do not have money, they cannot spend it. So those are affected. So when you are in IT industry, you got this option to choose from with whom you're working with. The beauty of IT industry, one of the very strong point which I see is it is not corrupted. Yeah, there are political
exactly.
issues, but it's not corrupted. Today you work with
Right,
one company, your manager did not behave you well, you have the freedom to quit the company right now, or in a month, and just go to another company which appreciates your work. There is no more force that, hey, your family will be affected because I push your job. It generally happens in a lot of government industry or like government job. I really don't feel comfortable. I rather encourage people to come to the IT industry because it pushes towards yourself, not just like, hey, if I get to the government job, just by sitting, I will get a lot of money. I have seen this thing a lot among people who are more enthusiastic towards the government job. Just to mention, I do not hate them. I like them, but then the point that they do not have to do work and they will get free salary is not a good thing either for their family or for the whole economy. We should always work and try to work more to get more. So I
Right.
hope that I answered your question a little bit with data. Yeah.
Right. So, Rana, as you mentioned about the politics, right? Of course, IT industry is not corrupted at all, but at some point, there are people who start doing politics just for
Yeah, yeah. Very, very real. Very,
better
very real.
designations, right? I have faced
Yeah.
it, but I was saved, thank God. So, what happens is when you come across people who are not capable of any such thing, right? Any such thing, I mean, technical knowledge, or maybe they are out of your league and they are insecure about you that this guy may surpass me. So, in that case, people start using their brains, they start showing their darker side, and the politics comes up. So
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
is the point, right? So if you come across such kind of situation, just believe that you are on a right track. There's no need to
Right.
get demotivated or to look out for any other options. Just stick to your work and keep doing it. No one can push you off out of the company. And yes, there is a question from Lavanya Uppala. Is there any specific steps to get into IT by off campus? Okay,
Sorry,
so
Akash sir.
Lavanya, yes,
Sorry,
Amit.
sir. Guys, if this event or this webinar is, I think important. I think you got some good thing from here. So, guys, if you are there, please be attentive and give a response. So, guys, our guest will give you a good give you a good knowledge about that and with a full energy. So, guys, I hope you will understand this thing.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, ASR. You were saying something there.
Okay, so the question from Lavanya was, is there any specific steps to get into IT by off campus? So Lavanya, there's no such, okay, there's one basic step, of course, that start applying from portals, web portals, or if not portals, look out, browse the websites of the companies. If you want to apply for IBM, HCL, and any other MNC, go to their websites, open the career tab, and you will get vacancies. Look out for the vacancy that you are comfortable with, or check out the email address of the HR and mail your resume. So if there's any profile related to sorry, vacancy related to your profile, of course you'll be called. Or if you're selected from the vacancy area, from the vacancies uploaded on the website, you may again get a call. And yes, I can see no other questions. So that's the only basic
Uh,
step to get into IT company off campus. Start
To
so
applying.
add,
I think
Dipesh had
in
asked.
yeah,
yeah,
in DM we have a question. Actually, they have asking how we choose our company and how we choose any company to be proceed in the future.
sure, sure. I will try to add some point, in the existing
Sure.
question which was asked by Lavanya. Is there any specific step to get into IT by off campus? Let me tell you one thing. It's very funny. The real game goes and happens only off campus. Whatever happens in
True.
campus, that is controlled by your college. Say that if there is a startup who is considering to hire 2 engineers, your college won't probably allow them to do some kind of drive in your college. You know why? Because that doesn't increase their placement count. The real thing happens once you come out of the industry and when you start showcasing your skill. uh, the colleges are mean, most of colleges, I'm saying, you including NITs, I'm saying NIT very specifically, and NIT Kolkata especially. NIT Kolkata and NIT Warangal, they have their students have been working with us. He was under me, and I found this that these people were forcing them to see in front of, like, sit in front of the computer for 9 hours and basically study, and the camera was all the time on, so they basically had to keep their eye over the computer, and they have to do, while they were doing internship, they were facing a lot of issues. We eased them out that, okay, the work which you can complete in a day, you can submit in 3 days because of this issue. We understand your problem. So coming back to the IT industry thing, well, the real game actually happens, the real game happens when you are off to your college people have controlled you. If say that HCL is hiring or Wipro is hiring 200 employees, so college will be very much interested in that. Wipro will be interested in, hiring probably for the tech support job. Tech support role is very, very smaller than the engineer role, but they will be interested. Why? Because next year when they have to present the placement count to other parents who can come and pay the money, they will basically, present those numbers that, hey, we got 200 counts. Where did they get placed? They got placed in Wipro. They will never ever say you that they got placed in, tech support role and this all things. So again, the reality is that you have to come out of that and start applying it, as Asa mentioned, that you have to go to those applications and go there and do it. And here is a serious thing: if you have guts to do this thing. If you have enough guts, whenever applying to a web development role or content writing role, either internship or job, if you think that you can do this will be something which you can keep you out. Visit their website. If a company is hiring for website designer role, visit their website. Put that into GT metrics, or put that into Google Page Insight, or put that website into some SEO tool, and find out the mistakes and list out the mistakes which you understand you can fix it. Make a list of it. Send your resume along with that. Also mention that I am also attaching a list of problems which you have in your website. If given an opportunity, I'll be happy to fix that for you. And there you go. You will be one among those 200 people who have not even mentioned or cared enough to go to that website and find that role. And this way, you apply to 5 to 7 roles, and one of them will go, oh, this guy is crazy. He already knows what my problem is, and he's going to do some changes because he's active. He's just not applying. So if you have enough guts to do this, try to do that. And it's definitely going to keep you unique from all those 200 or 500 people who are applying for the same role.
Very right, Rana. Very right. So, any other questions? If
Yes,
we
sir,
have
there was
any,
a question from Ritesh that how
yes, Pat.
IT world will help to manage the nature and environment in coming future. And it's a very sustainable kinda question.
Okay. So, to manage the nature and environment in the coming future, many companies and government have started taking steps. The best example would be the smart city projects, right? If we visit Delhi or any metropolitan cities, we can see screens at railway stations or at some red lights stating the pollution levels and the other harmful gases effects and their levels, right? So that way IT can help out the nature and environment. Other apart from that, there are projects coming up to sustain the wildlife. Right. Yes, to sustain the wildlife sanctuaries. And for that, let me give you a brief example, a short example. Uh, when there was a time, wildlife sanctuaries or jungles used to be open, and elephants or any other animals, they used to come across road and accidents happens, right? The animals might get dead or any injury or something. So to avoid that, how IT have helped us is, they of course they came up with boundaries, but along with the boundaries, they have installed some signal systems. For example, if it's a bat works on sonar system, or I don't know, I don't exactly remember its abilities. So if a bat comes near, the system will detect, using the radar system will detect that there is a radar coming towards the boundaries, and it can send some signals which can repel the bat back into the jungle. Same happens with the elephants, with other animals, and same is happening within sea as well. Some of the ship makers, They are using this technology to repel sharks, whales, and any other fishes that may die from the propeller fans or the fan of the ship. So this is how IT is till date helping the nature sustain and with the
Yeah,
environment as well.
yeah, that's true, sir. Thank you, sir. So I think we will end up this one, and Pratna, it's up to you.
Uh,
Yes,
Give me a
sir.
second. Give me a second. I'm actually
Yeah, sure.
ready
Yes,
for
sir. Yes, sir.
a lot
Just
of
take
quick
your time.
questions. Here are a few things I'm going to show you, and I will ask you some questions on. Tell me in the comment section, or maybe speak directly if you recognize this thing.
And guys,
Have you
please be
seen
active. Please be
before?
active.
Yeah,
Yeah. Can someone name that what this is? This is, you can mention in the comment section if you wish to.
right.
This is very much relevant to the last question which you asked, which was related to environment. Now, let me tell you that I'm enthusiastic about these things, and I'm going to show you a few more components. Now, working in the industry, I'm not getting enough time to explore on this, but I'm definitely enthusiastic about it, that how you can basically solve this issue and not wait for just Elon Musk to solve the issue. So this is basically an ultrasonic sensor. This is generally used in robotics to measure how far the object is from it. So say that if you got this sensor, and if it is just 2 centimeter away or 4 centimeter away, so you can basically make a kind of system, automatic, say that you got this
Yeah,
sprays right in COVID-19 to put in your hand and like clean it. So you can make a system out of it that when your hand is 3 centimeter closer, uh, give some hand wash or hand sanitizer from a motor or a kind of pipe. So you can basically build a system out of it. So this is basically an ultrasonic sensor, and these things are. I would say that if you compare to white hat junior crap which they are trying to sell, this thing just cost 80 rupees or 100 rupees. So yeah, it's funny. It's funny that these technologies and these components, how easy it is and how cheap it is to buy, but people just do not know about it. I'm really curious that someone should come up and start explaining these things and make them real things that these things can actually solve problems. Are you interested in seeing few more components? Is this interesting to you? First thing, like when I'm showing you some hardware, is it interesting to you?
We're not having responses.
so actually, sir,
Guys, are
our
you
sound will
really
go
interested?
20 seconds later. So 27 seconds are lagging over there.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. So I
okay.
think that maybe they are not able to understand or anything. So anyway, sure, I will proceed further anyway because I may give you a little more information. So this is anyone from ECE? Can you see this thing? This is an Arduino. So say that, tomorrow if you want to make a project on, say that automatic hand dispenser, you can use this thing and power it up using USB, and you can make your automatic hand dispenser in less than maybe 400 to 500 rupees. Now, what is the use of that? Will you put that in your home? Is it feasible? Why not to buy just a bottle for 80 rupees? Well, yeah, your question is correct. When you make the system using this, what will happen that you can install this in your school probably. So whenever someone is going there, they will use it. So 500 rupees might be very expensive for your home, but when you put this on some commercial place or very public place, they will be able to see that. This one has this costs somewhere around 180 rupees if you get it from China. If you get it in India, it will cost you somewhere around 400 to 500 rupees. If you want to get it from China, you don't have to have special connection. Basically, what happens that people, the small shop owners, they basically get it from China itself, but they add up the cost here. So you may say that, hey, why you're using Chinese product? Come on, we just had a clash with that. Well, what will happen that you want this thing because you are an engineer, you want to make something. If you go to that shop, that guy also have purchased from China itself. If you get from China, you can get just for 180 rupees. Okay. So basically, in both the cases, you are basically buying from China. It's good that if you can find it someone Korean made or something, but in China it's pretty cheaper. And if you are a student, you are definitely limited on money. I can bet on that. because yeah,
Of course.
everyone knows that the students don't have a lot of money to spend. So that's one thing. Okay. We also got. Can someone tell that what's the use of this? Oh, someone is saying.
I got that.
So this is Raspberry Pi. Okay. This Raspberry Pi is it's a basic computer. This thing and this is what it is. If you see, if you remove this thing, this is a kind of okay. Okay. So if you see here, there are 4 USB ports, 1 Ethernet port, and you got 1 micro SD over here. So this one can be easily used to make your simple dumb monitor as a computer. So you spend 3 to 4,000. I think this one costed around 3,000. So you can boot using this. You don't need a big CPU. If you just want to play some game or host a simple website, this will be enough to host it. And this one also has the GPIO pins. Okay, when I say GPIO pins, what is the difference basically between the CPU, which is big, and this? Well, when you have GPIO pins here, what will happen that you can connect these components. Remember, we talked about this one. This is probably the gas sensor, that whenever the gas is when gas leaks out, then this is probably temperature sensor. So when some kind of say the temperature goes to 35, then this will inform this machine will read data from this, and it will basically program and calculate here that if the temperature is beyond 35, switch on the AC or switch on the fan. So program will be stored here in the micro SD. It will get data from here and it will make it happen here. So to put this into the application, what you can do is to save electricity, rather than keeping always the fan on, what you can do is when the temperature is below 29, then what you can do is you can switch off the fan. When the temperature is beyond 35, then you can switch off the fan, or switch on the fan. Basically the different conditionals which you can put together and you can do it. So coming back to the main question, that how can it how technology is going to help the environment? It is you who is going to help the environment. Technology is not going to do anything. You come up with these things, probably get into some internship, make 2-3,000 rupees, and spend on these components, put 10 friends around and start programming this thing. It will be really fun. I'm just showing you the board and you are this much excited. Think about it. When you'll start running a simple program on this, like 20 lines program on this, yeah, your college will probably call you a genius. Maybe, yeah, they will. So start doing that. It's not very expensive. It doesn't cost like White Hat Junior, and in 2 to 3,000 rupees, you will have a lot of components, a lot to enjoy. So yeah, I think that I probably. Sir, I am from CH. How I learned to make this type of gadget? Oh, it's not a gadget actually. It's basically say MVP, minimum viable product. You cannot really sell this thing to someone else, but if you want to make your house automated, for example, I basically face this issue. You might be also facing that at night you switched on your fan and you kept it at 4, or you switched on your AC and you kept it at 15 degrees or something. But in morning, what happens that the temperature doesn't reduce, and then you start feeling cold, and you are lazy enough to go and wake up and then switch off the fan. You can basically program using this. That it's a silly thing, it's a silly lazy problem, but you are basically solving using technology, which is interesting. So you can solve using this device. Basically, you can use this simple Arduino itself to solve it. When you have something over the internet, for example, you are in school and you want to access your local hard drive, which is there in your house, or you want to turn off the fan, which is on in your house from your mobile phone, and you are probably in a mall, shopping mall, or school, then you should use this device because it has got networking. This also can connect with networking, but it will cost you more. So this is simple. This is one-time go thing, and you can definitely use it probably to improve your skill further. Okay, so I think that probably I answered your question, that not just that how probably technology is going to solve it. I'd rather say that try to get this money probably from your family when they give you in next Dashara or Deepavali. rather than buying patakas, buy the sensors. They are crazy. Let me tell you, once you get addicted to it, there will be no more sweets at home. There will be only sensors and technology. You are going to enjoy it, and people and the industry is going to reward you for that. That you are using this brainiac thing that which you are trying to solve a real world problem. And we would really love to see some people like these who are like trying to solve this simple silly issues with the help of this technology. So yeah, having said that, back to probably Amit or Hesa. Yeah, back to you.
Okay. Thank you, Rana. Okay. So as when you are saying that thing, na, that I already know. I remember one thing in hackathon in our college. I have one hackathon is coming over there, and right there I have two teams, and in one I have a software team and another one a hardware team. So we have made a alert sensor over there, like that you have mentioned that in and that thing, and I got that at the time when I am soldering over there the wire. I literally do not know about that soldering wire and place it everywhere, and the screen will not giving the output. So I got something over there how we can do that one. So guys, that Rana sir has said a good thing. Please start doing this thing, and when you will get that one. Yeah, once time you got get fail over there, but when you do again, that will really help you. So I think Esar sir, you have said you want to say something?
Yes, as you mentioned that once you fail, you have to get up. Of course, indeed, it's true. When you start coding, you come across various errors which cause your program to fail. So at that point, don't be disappointed or something. It just takes a little more practice, a little more knowledge, and a reference as well. So keep practicing, keep coding, keep learning, and keep referring. That's it.
Absolutely, I absolutely agree with that.
So over to
So
Pratna
if
or Amit.
yeah, first of all, thank you both of you for answering and like sharing this much interesting knowledge to the people. And if the audience who are here have any question, then please ask them. Otherwise, I think we should
I think
end
no
up.
audience is there right now. Pratna, I think we have end of this one. But
No, sir.
really,
There. No, sir.
yeah.
Actually I have like phone in which I can see there are almost 14 people even there. So if you guys have any question, then please ask, and then we should end up this.
Wait, wait. I got only four.
Okay. No worry. Like, Amit, I believe that you should probably not worry about the count of people who are joining it. At the end of the day, if you are putting your 100% effort, and if it is making change at least in one person, you are very, very, very much successful. So I
Yeah,
really
I got that.
appreciate
Right,
your
right.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
And
But
there will be
I
a lot
really
of people
say
who will
that
be
you are saying
watching after this. So yeah, they will be working as well. So you should probably not worry much about the one
no,
numbers,
actually,
right?
I'm not worried about that. But Pratna said that if anyone have any questions, then there is no one. Only four students are there. So if they have asked, they can ask any question. But really, Jan sir, thank you so much. And really, you have given up most. I think right now I am also not tell that thing which you have tell right here with the examples. And thank you, Akash sir, for this. And
Welcome.
really, Pratna, thank you so much. And I think it's up to you.
Sir Amit sir, actually there was one more surprise which we had thought to for the audience in the last, and it's time to reveal that maybe someone is there to listen
But
us.
but I forgot about that. Okay, so wait a minute. Let me share my screen, and I think I will place that thing. Okay, so we have organized one event, not one event. It's the one event, but there are a combination of many events. So that
Your
this thing,
screen is not still visible.
my screen is
Yeah,
not visible. Okay.
now it
So
is.
basically, we have not we, but our collaboration teams, dot question mark is organizing on events. on which you will get many other things like how you will use a Linux, how will you use other things, and many other things will be going over there. They have a different platforms for you, and it's basic thing. First of all, thing main thing that Rana had said you that practice a free of cost things. So this is a free of platform. There's a quiz night. They have done a project area over tech talk also, and other things, a Linux, cloud computing, GitHubs, and other thing. Okay, Docker, main thing the Docker over there, and cybersecurity. All things are free, and we have more things to upcoming over here. And guys, pre-register over there, and we will provide you link. And they have collaborated with this one, a Microsoft Incubate as well as. So guys, go to the. I will provide you a link. Go to there and join and register over there. Over to Pratna.
Okay, so it was thanks to our guests Rana Jain sir and ASR sir for like coming to our event, giving their precious time to us. And now I think we should wind up this session. And if you guys, if anyone is live and have any like doubts still, then you can ask or DM in the WhatsApp group. So I think we should end up this. Thank you,
Sure.
sir, for
Thank you
coming.
very much,
It was
everyone, and
amazing.
thank you for taking the lead ahead. And hey, Rana, nice meeting you. And yeah,
Nice meeting you too.
we'll see again each other because,
Of
like,
course, we'll
I
stay in
think
touch.
there are a lot of people, like, commercializing the industry. Yes, commercialization is not bad, but I'm really against like over commercialization the way Whitehead Junior is doing. Like, some money is good, but not too much money where it can start giving headache to people. So, well,
Same pinch, same pinch.
yeah. So good to meet everyone here, like, who is probably with a similar mindset, and everyone who wants to get benefit out of it. Let me tell you, probably in the end, I will just say you one thing, that this community is probably not for the commercial purpose. If you have got some friends or family who cannot afford it, try pushing them here, because it's good to share and create a community around you. Because when you get demotivated, you will go to those people to get some help. So never ever think that you are just learning alone. You are just becoming like selfish, or you are just like you will become smart alone. No, if he also becomes little more smarter tomorrow, when you have problem, you can go and ask to him, and you won't get demotivated
Yeah.
easily. That's very, very important.
Thank
So
you,
it's
sir, for
completely a give
saying
and
such
take.
great words for Paradox.
Great. So thank you very much, guys. Probably thank you for having me here. Okay, bye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you so much, Pratna.
Thank you, Rana.
Thank you, Rana.